Really celebrate shoes, which is heavenly, right? I always say as I get older, I can still rock a good handbag, and most of the time, I can rock a great shoe. Also, as my weight goes up and down, I still want to put on good shoes. But I think more than ever, we want shoes that are really compatible to where we are in our lifestyle, and we want them to be really cute. We, of course, want amazing quality, and we want great comfort. Well, I have to tell you, about a decade ago, we were featuring the Donald Pliner collection. And I am so thrilled and excited that it is back and back in a really big way. We have two different shoes we're going to be featuring. This one is an encore price, and this is a really big deal, guys. The price you're seeing, these are on sale tonight. It's actually $68 off the traditional price. I think I got that right. Yeah, $68 off the regular price. And tonight is the last and final time you can take advantage of the savings. So right there in the front, this is going to be the beautiful bone color that we have. Then we have a really gorgeous tomato color. We have the black, that's that color. And then finally, the last one's called a sand metallic, a cool metallic, but very, very understated. Miss Barbara Henry's joining me. Hi, Barbara Henry, how are you?
I am good. It's a you to be here today with you.
And good to see you. And I'm so excited you all are back. It's been a long time.
It has been a while.
Yeah,
it
so
has
nice.
been a while.
And you've been with Donald Pliner Group for, you used to work with, with...
I worked with Donald.
Yeah,
and
with Donald, right?
I've hung out for 15 years.
Yeah,
and,
that's great.
You know what, I love the product. So it's not a hard thing to hang out with.
No kidding, right? Okay, so let's jump into this one. How cute is this?
Fiji, that is cousin Fiji, yes. You've got the black patent Croco in your hand. And you know what? It's a footbed bottom shoe. It's a unit bottom. But more than anything, it's very city chic. You know, a lot of footbeds are kind of country, a little more granola. I love the way this is just very, very sleek. And you know, casual dressing is so important today. You know, it's part of fashion. So suddenly I could wear a long sheath black sundress and go for drinks and look fantastic in my footbed.
Yes.
So we love Fiji. All the colors have been spectacular. And the design team really designs them individually. As you can see, that has a full lining. Not only the sock bed, but the upper as well is fully lined.
Beautiful. Okay, so that's the black, and it has more of a Croco emboss to it.
Correct.
Let's talk a little bit about the sand metallic. How do you describe the glow on this one?
This is iridescent.
That's cool.
So you get a little shimmer to this. We love a little iridescent. Yeah. You know, Donald Pliner has loved metallics forever. And so when we sometimes we'll just put a little shimmer in, especially when it's natural. I love that we've done it with the natural, the sand sock lining as well.
That's really cute. I love that. Okay, now the next one, I mean, it couldn't get more classic than this. And the reason I like this is not only is it embossed, and it's interesting because each of these designs, in fact, these two have the same embossing, but the color makes a world of difference. And we're calling this one bone. So it's not a bright white.
It's not a bright white. You know, whites are important this season, all shades of white. So we're really seeing bone, foam, cream, playing off of all of these, the color palette. And so they work together. I'm wearing white pants, but I wouldn't think twice to wear a bone with it because it's giving the color palette. I also think that I want to point out, here we've got a walking gore with the shoe. And last but not least, real important, is we've got a toe post in there. So the toe post actually stabilizes.
That's great. Yeah, you don't feel like you're slipping inside. I slipped them on in the
How do you like?
Yeah, no, I love it. And you know, normally, Barbara, to be quite honest, I don't really like having thing between my toe, but this is really, you don't even know it's there.
It's
when
straight
you're
up and down, that's key.
Yeah.
I'm going to grab the red so if I get shot on, we can see this. It's straight up and down, so it really just holds the upper to the base. So suddenly I'm not clinging to keep a shoe on.
Right.
It also minimizes that clip-clop that you're gonna get with a one-banded slide. And we also always seam to the front. So it's very rounded in the back. You'll never feel a seam there.
Also, I like the cupping action because that also helps keep your foot into the shoe.
Oh yes, definitely. I love the way we've cupped here. You can see we've raised the instep. It really does form to your foot. These are also, now this is natural cork, and this is completely memory foamed underneath. So there is a whole memory foam lining, then it is wrapped and actually enveloped. sat into the platform, which, by the way, could it be lighter?
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's nice and light. But what's nice about this platform, and we've used it both here with Fiji and its cousins, and we're going to talk about a cousin coming up, they're very supportive. If you've got something you're doing all day, and an all-day party, graduation, these are long days. You want to be dressed, you want to be casual. Oh, they look great on the girls. They look great. You want to have support at the same time. We're always conscientious about comfort with the footwear.
Yes, for sure. And I think that's what customers are demanding today.
Oh,
so
for
it's
sure.
so nice seeing all these really high-end designers like the Donald Pliner line, you know, creating what they do best is sophistication and great quality.
Oh, thank you.
And then to add a comfort level that's unexpected. A lot of times when you see comfort, you're like, comfort, okay, kind of ugly. It's so nice to have comfort that's really beautifully executed.
Oh, yes.
As opposed to back in the day when we were great shoes, but so uncomfortable.
Correct. And I think comfort has always been a part of Donald Pliner. But to your point, it was beautiful materials, it was great craftsmanship, it was luxury elements, and then, you know what, we would like you to wear them. Let's not buy them, they look great with the dress. I took the picture and let's put them back in the closet.
Exactly.
Not Donald Pliner. We really engineer the shoes to for a comfort fit.
And I have to tell you, I pray you'll go for this tomato red. I think
so
it
fun.
is like a sexy red lipstick, you know, like it's gonna look like $1 million when you're wearing it. And it is the only one that has the cork footbed in it. So of all of them, this one just has oodles of sophistication, just next level.
And it's not all over red. It's
Yeah.
just a touch of red.
Yeah.
It's sort of like that red lipstick. It's just a touch of red, or red nail polish.
Which is rather sexy, you know
Yes,
what I
it
mean?
is.
And if you
Yes,
have
it
red
is.
toes this summer, you imagine how gorgeous that's gonna be. Now, in the tomato, unfortunately, I have less than 100, so the tomato's actually almost sold out. Here's what we're doing. This is a special encore presentation on the pricing. My notes say, and it is gonna happen, that at midnight tonight, the price unfortunately is gonna go up to its full price, which actually is $158. So right now, if I did my math right, we're $68 off.
That's
The next most
incredible.
limited is going to be the bone. And I'll tell you, this is so chic. It looks great with the summer tan, whether it's a real one or a faux tan, because it's that subtle, soft white, as opposed to, you know, a really Arctic
see that
white that can be
texture?
too much. I love that. Love it. Absolutely love it.
We've also done almost like a faux stack here, which just gives it one more element of detail, which I loved. You can see that there is a little rise here for your toes. It actually places you nicely. It is supportive, and it is totally, all of them have the memory foam sock lining, and then they're wrapped, and also they're fully lined. Fully lined. All of them are fully lined.
That's great. And again, it's so sophisticated, very much what the Donald Pliner line has been beloved for years and years and years. I mean, it's a great, great shoe, right? And then to get it on sale, you know, obviously you find this line in many of the best department stores, obviously incredible boutiques and the most expensive places in the world. And we're so, so happy after a decade to have this collection back on HSN. And honestly, it's worth every penny. This is a shoe that's not like the cheapy ones you buy and they fall apart in the first puddle. This is a shoe you wear now, you'll get the compliments, you'll feel like $1 million in them. And then literally 10 years from now, you're pulling it out in the spring of the summer going, I am so glad I invested in this shoe.
Well, Fiji is an icon for us. So this gets, I call it our Barbie doll shoe. Every season we give it the newest materials. Right. It gets the newest fabrications. So the red happens to be, or the tomato, one of our heritage colors, and we think that this is spectacular, and we think it's just a great pop. The other thing that I thought was terrific about the Fiji is because it's such a fashion, today it became a fashion icon. So it's almost what's old is new again.
Isn't that interesting?
Flats are back. I mean, they're back in a big way. And so this makes the statement, now cheating a little, this gives you about a 2-inch back rise and a 1-inch upper. So we call this a flat form. It's lovely, and yet I'm totally styling the new flat, more casual looks. And this can go from literally work to weekend. Mm-hmm. That makes a difference too. So it stretches in your wardrobe, and at this price, this is incredible. Incredible.
The Donald Pliner line, like if you go to the store, it's a couple $100, I mean, and up, right? And typically, even here in HSN, and you guys are doing a brilliant job with your pricing, it's a $158 sandal. But again, I really feel like, and we've got FlexPay, by the way, if you want to get this home for $30, that's any major credit card, you pay it off in 3 months, you'll get it right away. Tomato's almost gone, everybody. I really hope you'll go for it. This tomato is so gorgeous. It is a gorgeous look. And then when you have that Caraco embossing, that even makes it more yummy, more elevated, more luxe. You can obviously wear this if you're in the 4th of July and you're that gal who really, you bring the styling. You're gonna love this as sort of a nod to Americana, but then you could turn it around and wear it with all black outfit and these red sandals and go to a really nice restaurant. A lot of sandals, when we buy them, you know, it's like, oh, I gotta be casual.
They're a little beachy, but
yeah, a little beachy, a little casual, maybe lakeside, whatever. No, this one you're rolling into really nice events in.
Yes, I totally agree. Yeah. I would not, now I'm in the fashion industry, but I would not hesitate to wear this to work. Not at all. Right. Because it would be styled and fashioned correctly and we'd have good time with it.
We'd have fun. We like the old Fiji.
Well, you need to be able to, you know, be active today. You know, we're out and about. We're moving and grooving. Yes. So that becomes quintessential for all of us.
Oh, I completely agree. There's no time to be held back by uncomfortable shoes. But again, we want style. Really, really cute. We got a lot of you on the line for it right now. Please remember, it's an encore pricing on this. The price will end tonight at midnight, and it goes up almost $70. So do not wait. The tomato, I think, is probably the most limited. I know it's the most limited right now, so please don't miss out on that. Now, again, big, big reintroduction of the Donald Pliner line here at HSN. I've been here for 20 years, so a decade later, I am so pumped it's back. And you gotta understand, when you're shopping for shoes, please check for some of the best names and check with us first. You will see our price